Yes.
Is it?
Assalamu alaikum. Well,
Walaikum
Walaikum
family.
good
salam.
to see you all so much. And
Listen.
to our audience who's joining us, we're so happy that our audience is
Not too
joining
much.
us. So happy to see our guests as well. I'll open up as usual in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. And I greet each of you in the greeting words of peace and paradise once again. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Walaikum salam.
salam.
Look, I am so excited to see you, Brother David, you, Sister Maria. So excited.
Man,
Praise
we're
be
so
to
excited to
Allah.
be here.
Yes, yes. But we have Sister Melody here. We both work, on the Science of Farming show. We're so excited. And just so our audience who's joining us and tuning in, please give us the greetings as you come in. But just to remind everyone why we even do this show. We do this show because we wanted to just play our little small part in doing what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan asked us to do, which is to grow our own food. And we know that that can be sometimes very intimidating for people. So we wanted to provide a platform where we can learn from each other. It's not like we're experts.
Mm.
We can learn from each other and we can encourage others to grow. And I always say, just start in a pot, one seed, two or three seeds in a larger pot, and just start there. But don't be intimidated by it. And let me tell you, I've learned my lesson because I remember I planted some cabbage and I put down like 15 seeds, and here I am, a beginner. Listen, that didn't turn out too well. So just start a few seeds at a time and get
That's
your,
right.
get your groove going, and then you'll be fine. But as usual, family, again, thank you all so much for joining us as you tune in. Sister Melody, I'm going to turn it over to you to get us started.
Okay, Brother David and Sister Maria. Not sure if I know you all, but both. But I'm looking forward to hearing. How did you, get involved in, this? How you made that transition from LA to Atlanta, and some of the experiences that y'all have gone through, whether they were some challenges or not, because other people or some of them tend to be somewhat afraid to take that leap. So we want to know how you did it, how it's coming along. And I heard you got chickens and things like that. I'm not sure if you have any pictures, but we want to really hear how's it going for you and your family.
A little bit about both of
Oh,
yourselves in the process.
Yes.
okay. Well, Sister Melanie, I think we did meet. I think a couple of years ago. We had a meeting in Atlanta for the Supreme Investors. I think I met
Okay.
you then. Yes, ma'am. Um, so this transition for us started in 2021, I believe, with a 2021, in 2021. Um, brother had some land. Brother was posting. Oh, I was following the brother for probably about a year or a year or two before. Just following him on Facebook. Um, Followed him on Facebook, brother Farouk Hunter. Um, and then he said that we had some land for sale. It was at a decent price. At the same time, we were also doing some things with Supreme Investors, right? So we had pulled the trigger with the land with brother Farouk Hunter. We had pulled the trigger and went on to start paying for it, right? And then we paid it off in 2020, 2022, I believe. We just packed up. We was in San Diego. We're originally from Baltimore. But as everybody knows that we're travelers, right? So we've lived in
Yeah.
Los Angeles in the early '90s. We moved back to Baltimore in 2000. We stayed there until 2013. We moved to San Diego, 2013. In 2023, we moved to Georgia. We're not necessarily we're about 2 hours outside of Atlanta.
Right.
We in the backwoods.
Yes, sir. I want to ask, like Sister Melody asked, how was that? I mean, you're travelers, but from a busy city to the slower life, how is that? Now, sister, listen, I read your book. We're gonna talk about that at the end. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I know a little bit of the intimate parts about the both of you, which your book is absolutely fascinating. But
Oh,
how
thank you.
was that transition for you all?
Good.
Um, um, Bismillah. So it 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 is interesting. It is a big transit. I don't want to scare anybody, but it is definitely a transition for you. If you have children, it's a transition for the children. Because like Brother Dave said, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Like we're 45 minutes away from any like Walmart or chain store or anything like that. We're over an hour away from any mosque. So it is definitely a transition. San Diego is not very fast. It's not like LA at all. It's very rural even. It was a farming place not 100 years ago. And
Wow.
so it's very you can still see horse crossing signs, in San Diego. So it's not like this bustling metropolis or metropolitan, but it's busier than here.
It's a San Diego is actually it's a really growing fast city, right? Um, but it is like my wife said, it is much um, slower and definitely different pace from Baltimore.
Yeah, it's like a retirement town. It's like a great place to go if you're ready to retire.
Right.
And so to come here in the middle of nowhere and all you hear is the wind and you don't have anything to block the wind, like you don't have any windbreakers and you're hearing things that sound like monkeys. But they swear it's a bird, but I'm thinking it's a monkey. Like it's all kinds of you see wild boars, and just animals that you've never seen like up close before, and hearing things that you've never quite heard before can be a little disarming. um you used to hearing the sirens and the ghetto birds, and now you
Right.
just hearing like real birds. It can be a little disarming.
Well, do y'all have a big family, or do you have neighbors?
Well, I ain't no neighbors.
Yeah, we do have neighbors. We do have neighbors. We first so the land that we purchased actually with about
Oh yeah,
six other
you didn't tell
families.
that part.
Right. So we purchased with about six other families. We purchased maybe about we have a total of about maybe 14 acres altogether. Right. Um. So our plan was to actually create a subdivision within the 205-acre parcel of land.
Right.
Right. So we
Because it's
sit on 205
205
acres.
altogether.
Right.
And the other families, not just our family, but it's not just our family, our friends. We was gathering folks. Like we were gathering folks from San Diego, gathering folks from Florida and Miami, gathering folks from Baltimore, gathering folks from Atlanta. Like we were just gathering folks all over the place, who we believed had a shared vision of, like you're saying, doing our little part of making the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's request a reality, right? And so we started off with my best friend since I was 10, and our sisters that we grew up in the mosque with, and it's just us. I mean, they still a part of the land stewardship, but as far as being on the land, it's just us with my mom and dad and my sister and my son and our 50, 11 million dogs and chickens.
Okay, okay. So you got company.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have some
yeah,
neighbors.
we do have neighbors. We have neighbors. Brother Rick and his mother. What's his mother name?
Miss Linda.
Miss Linda. Man, we do have neighbors.
They're up
Right.
the road a bit.
Yeah, up the road a bit, maybe about a
And
quarter-mile away.
and then we have another family had moved, like a couple of families have moved here and moved out.
Right. They came and
Since
left.
we've been here. They'd have come and gone. So altogether we have about 5 families have come here.
Hmm.
Right. It was a family here. Well, brother was here when we got here.
Dang.
And then another family came after we came.
Hmm.
And then 2 more families came. And yeah, we're here. We're
Right.
still
But
here.
Right.
what's making the families like come and then leave?
I think, well, with us, what we did was before we came, we did our homework. Homework meaning that we did a lot of pre-work, right? So we joined the Federation of Intentional Communities.
It's the foundation.
Foundation of Intentional Communities.
Now you sound like me, the
Right.
federation.
And we took a few of their classes just to learn about how to build an intentional community, how to set things up and things like that. And we started growing in San Diego before we left. So we started in our front garden, our front yard. We started a garden there, right? So we were pretty much preparing ourselves to come to the land, right? So maybe I couldn't say, but maybe they just didn't prepare themselves to come to the land. And when you look on the website can be the website can be kind of deceiving because Freedom Villages when you look on the website, look like it's already built, but we actually are on raw land, so we have to build it.
Yeah, and all the plans in the world and preparation in the world doesn't account for practical application because it's all theory.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
all theory, and then you get down here and you don't have running water, you don't have electricity, you don't have power, you don't have a road, you just got dirt. Like I tell people all the time, I live in the dirt, so I don't know. Don't be expecting too much, okay? Because I live in the dirt, and
So
so
do
it's
you
just
have a
like
well now? I'm
yes,
sorry to
we have
cut
the
you.
well.
Yes,
Yes,
we have a well.
Lord have mercy. It was a hard fought hallelujah.
Right.
We have, we have the well. We got electricity. We started off with no electricity and just doing generators and in our camper and we were down the road at what we call the landing pad. And then we moved. We got our land up here cleared because Brother Dave and I have 5 acres of our own. So one of the 5 we had cleared. We got the temporary electricity, and then after that, after so much, a lot of families put together, and we got the well. And so things have been happening incrementally, but it is absolutely happened nowhere near how we planned, like
Right.
at all,
Right.
not even a little bit.
Um,
And I
believe
can say this
me.
also that
Yeah.
prior to COVID, right, the prices of things were much affordable. But after COVID, the prices of everything shot up sky high. Like before COVID, you can get a well for maybe like $5,000 to $7,000. Now wells are anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 for a single house. So that was another probably another stumbling block for some people too.
Yes.
Right.
The price of things.
Yes, and things also changed a lot with the whole overall. Like we had different visions.
Hmm.
And then it's like when you're doing things with people and not on your own, you have to be flexible. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be, because the human experience is unpredictable. And so you have to be able to move and, ebb and flow. And a lot of people ain't got time for that. They don't, it's something they've never done before. And if you've never done it before, you really are looking for direction a lot of times. And if you don't have that leader or you're not self motivated, or you can get lost in the shuffle because it's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming to start from scratch, to start from raw land. It is no easy feat. And
Well,
so,
that's one of the main reasons why we were so excited. We're so excited to have you all on the show because you
Yeah.
can talk to our audience, and I see everybody's giving the greetings. So, walaikum salam. We return the greetings to you all as you all come in. But that's why we wanted you all on the show so you all can let us know what do you recommend is step one. I did hear that you said research,
yes,
Mm-hmm.
prepare yourself, because
yes,
you said something very valuable when you said that you started gardening at your home
Mm-hmm.
first, and
Correct.
then when you
yes.
move you bring that skill with you, because I think a few people kind of wait and say, okay, well, when I get my land I'm going to do. But listen, you better start right where you
Do
are.
it now.
So
That's
Exactly.
yeah,
right.
so you can develop those skills so when you do move out you already have that. So
Yes.
preparation is step one. What's something else that you would recommend?
Pay off all your debt. Make sure your money isn't funny, because we had these grandiose ideas that all made sense. Sell your house if you have a home, sell your house, use that money to buy another house. Well, that didn't work out, and so have a plan B, if because you just never know. So have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, plan as much as you possibly can, research, pay off as much debt as you possibly can. Make sure that you have gainful employment or a business that you can operate so that you can have money and not just rely on your savings, because that savings go, baby. When you start putting
So,
down wells and start investing in infrastructure, we're talking about millions of dollars, right? So unless you are independently wealthy and just have independently wealthy friends that don't mind helping out, save your money, pay off your debt as much as you possibly can, and have a financial plan. Have a
Right.
financial plan in place, and have all the different, what are they called?
Contingency.
Contingencies.
Right.
Yes,
I would say
please.
I would also say that what what another thing that happens with intentional communities or building something from the ground up, right? Um, we, most intentional communities come with people that already have funding, right? So even purchasing the land from brother Farouk Hunter, he was, because he's a Muslim, he didn't charge us no interest on the land, right? So what happens? He was trying to create, build this village basically without having to go the interest route, right? So that's another whole thing. That means that you have to have cash up front, right? Or you have to be able to work it out. We have someone that will give us a loan without interest, right? So we started out in that direction, but things changed, right? So now um, we had to go back to the conventional way of doing things because we just it just wasn't,
Exhausted all the other
yeah, it
efforts.
wasn't feasible,
and
not feasible, but yeah, we just couldn't find a proper lending source.
And I don't think it's anything wrong with that, to go like back and forth, especially
Hmm.
when you doing something new that you never done
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Some people think like, okay, once I get off the, white man's job or the job, that I don't want to go back. But sometimes you have to go back because you got
Baby.
bills and things that you want to purchase or need, and then you run into these dilemmas. So
That's
I
right.
hope people don't be spooky and think that you can't physically go back, because to even start up your own business, which is really what y'all doing,
Hmm.
Yeah, you better go
because
on and ask Mr.
eventually
Charlie for that job. Like, if you need
that's
that job,
right.
you better go on and ask Mr. Charlie, because even where we are, it is not. I love this place. Let me just say that off the bat. Like, I love this town.
Town has about maybe 1,700 people in it.
Yeah, it's a very small
The
town.
county is about 8,000
We have
in the
one
county.
post office, one school, 60,000 churches, but
A lot of churches.
like, it's just a very small town. Everybody know who you are at the bank. Everybody know who you are at the pharmacy. Like, it is a dream for me to
How long
live
it's
in
been,
this
Sister
place.
Maria? How
Say it again,
long
love.
How long have you been there, sister?
Oh, we've been here long, 2
2 years,
years,
going
because we
3 years.
were traveling back and forth to San Diego. Like our first year or two, we were traveling back and forth to San Diego extensively. So we haven't not gone to San Diego in it's been maybe a year since
Right.
we've been there, like not traveling back and forth. So
Well,
we
I do have a question about camper, because I know that camper life is all the rave now. So when you moved there, you purchased a camper in the area, or you drove the camper there? Okay, because I want you to talk to the audience a little bit about that experience, living in or even trying to purchase a camper. Because I don't think anybody, I know I don't. I don't know what to look for, what to expect. I don't know.
Marketplace,
Yeah. Well, actually, I was on Marketplace looking for a camper.
Facebook Marketplace.
Right. Looking
Okay.
for a camper. And I was trying to find one that was local
Hmm.
because we didn't have the because at the time we were still in San Diego, right? Yeah. So I found one that was in about maybe about an hour and a half away. And then I had to find somebody who had the truck to put to lift it, right? Because this is called a fifth wheel. So that's another thing. If you're gonna get a camper, if you can get one that you can drive, that's always better, right? But if you had to pull one, you had to get one that you don't need a fifth wheel with, because the fifth wheel camper, everybody doesn't have the truck
The equipment,
equipment for that,
right?
right? And for us to move it, now my wife said was at the landing pad. For us to move for us to get it moved from maybe not even a half a block, maybe yeah, well maybe a block and a half away to here was $100. So somebody charged us, was it $100? Might be 100, might be two. It was crazy. No, it might be two. It was $200 because the person said he had to come from another place, and I'm like, man, this is crazy,
Because I mean,
right? two hundred
yeah,
dollars just to move it from a few feet, a few yards. It was crazy, but yeah. So if you get one that you can pull, or get one you can drive
and,
for a camper, right?
and you need to read the directions. Like
Oh yes,
we ain't know what the heck we was doing about no camper. We ain't never camped, and if we did camp, it was in a tent. So it was just like it's so many different. We didn't know how much water that
right.
we had to put in there, because if you put too much, you can damage it. We didn't know about like how to deal with the black
Weatherization of it,
water, the
gray water, yeah.
weatherization, the gray water, to properly dispose of the waste. Like there's so many different
Nuances to it.
nuances
Yes.
to camper life. It's super exciting, but our camper was old, so I had to go into the archives on the interwebs and find like a PDF to download. Like it was just a whole research to find like the
Directions to
instructions,
it.
yeah, the
Right.
instruction manual to figure out how much water we could put in this thing. So it was just a lot of different a lot of different learning curves,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yes, sis, I understand truly because from experience, I had to go through the same thing. So I understand. We got 6 minutes. We got to have your back,
Okay.
Sister
Right.
Maria.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So now you all are transitioning, or have transitioned from the camper into what, like a barndominium? Because I know those are all the rave.
Yes, we did a bunch of camping learns. So we
Mm.
had people come all the way from Baltimore, all the way from Florida. Everybody that were a part of this, people we didn't even know, honestly. They would come down and spend like
The
MLK's
weekends.
weekend with us. They would come down and just we would learn from our master, our contractor, Chenga. And Changs would come and tell us all what to do. And so we was like a learning experience. So you would camp out with us, we would feed you, and then we would get to work. We would run the
Electricity,
electricity.
the
You would
plumbing.
learn how to do the plumbing. You would learn how to do the drywall, the finishing, and we would just do this over a weekend. And we kept doing it until we had, all the things that we needed, and we still have work to do.
So we got two. We had originally we had got three of the 16 by 40 sheds,
And that was a mistake.
and we
Don't do
converted
it.
those, right. We converted those into workspaces, right. So we got two of them fully operational.
Yep, to be a workspace.
Yes, we work.
Because we really wanted this acre up here to be a welcoming, where everybody could come in, they could learn some things, they could learn how to farm, they could learn how to seed, they could learn how to harvest, they can learn how to take care of animals, they can learn how to install solar, like all the different things that we want to learn to be self-sufficient. This is the breaking ground. We want a community kitchen where everybody can come in and they can cook and they have a place to work and get some Wi-Fi and all the different things. So this is like the welcoming, like the eco lab, the acre that is the example of what you can do with just an acre of land. Because most of the families, we had like 80 families to purchase total for this 205 acres, and most of them only purchased just 1 acre. So we wanted to use this 1 acre to say, hey, these are all the things that you're able to do with just 1 acre. You don't need a lot of land to become self-sufficient.
No, that's a great idea. Very, very wonderful idea. And I'm so glad that our audience can benefit from what you're saying. Sister Melody, you're absolutely right. Time is flying and we got to have you all back. But listen, we do want to check to make sure to see if we have any questions in our chat. So if we can go over to our questions to see if we have anything there.
I was just getting into it.
Muted video.
All right, so our question box has popped up. So let's see who has the question. All righty. How this is from JRL-R4Y. How can I grow when I live in an apartment?
Do you have
containers?
Yeah, containers. Get a bucket. Get some buckets, some 5-gallon buckets, some 3-gallon buckets. You can get them from the dollar store. You can line them with paper. If you're concerned about, the plastic, and go for broke, bro. Like get or sis, growing bags. If you have a balcony, that's great. If you don't, just put some things at the window that need it. But just do the research. They have these aquaponic like towers as well that people find great success in growing with. I just like personally the dirt. And so I just prefer soil and the dirt. But if you're okay with the tower, you can get the tower. They go vertical and they're great for space savers. So you can do it anywhere. You do not need a lot of space to grow, from an apartment to a room to 1,000 acres. It doesn't matter.
1 minute.
Thank you so much. And he has another part of the question. Okay, thank y'all. I'm in California. What's the best to grow in this? I can't see the rest of it, so I imagine he's saying this area. This season.
On what part?
This season.
Is he southern or
northern? He doesn't say.
Well, the best thing you can do is to go online and find out what your growing area is and find out what region you're in. I'm sorry, did someone say?
No, we were agreeing.
Oh, yes. I can't think of the word exactly, but
zone.
You're in a, what is it called?
Your growing zone.
Your zone, yes. Your growing zone. Find out what zone you're in and then follow it accordingly.
Very good, very good. And we are just about to close out, but I do want to talk about your book. My husband is in the chat. He said, "Yeah, get it out the mud." And
yes,
also, much good information. Thanks for keeping things real. Listen, we are very excited. We're going to spend these last 30 seconds talking about your book. And look, we're not even doing it justice at all. So you all do have a book called Reconnecting to the Planet and Each Other. It's a very beautiful read. I absolutely love the information that's contained in here. And I think one of my favorite chapters is when you were talking about the weight of inheritance. That's very beautifully laid out. And I wish we could talk about it more, but our time is short. And we are going to have you all come back and we'll discuss when you all can do that. But it was a pleasure. We learned a lot. There's so much more information that you all have to share with the community. So thank you all so much for joining us. We look forward to having you.
Thank you all for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to hear from you all again.
Yes, very well done. And so we're going to go ahead and close out the same way we started. Yes, ma'am. We're going to close out the same way we started with the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, family.